So I call these work problems because you've got some people can do some work faster than other people. In this case, Marissa can paint a garage door in 3 hours. When Marissa and Roger work together, they can finish it in an hour. How long would it take Roger to paint the garage door all by himself? Okay? So for these work problems, the strategy that we're going to use make a chart for the fraction completed by each person and together for 1 unit of time. To create an equation from the chart and solve. So what does this chart look like? You create a chart for the fraction completed by each person and together for 1 unit of time. So the chart in this case will look like this. We've got time. We're going to have 1 unit of time. The fraction done by one person, in this case, doesn't matter who first, fraction done by Marissa, fraction done by Roger, and fraction completed, I'll just write together. If Marissa was working on her own, how much would she get done in 1 hour? 1/3. Because she completes it all in 3 hours. In 1 hour, she would get 1/3 done. Okay? If we let x equal, because that's what we don't know, the time it takes for Roger to paint the garage, how much would Roger get done in 1 hour? Okay? Close. If Marissa does it in 3 hours, she gets 1/3 done in 1 hour. It's going to be 1/x for how much Roger gets done. Because if Roger could do it in 2 hours, he would get half done in an hour. If it takes him 5 hours, he would get 1/5 done in an hour. How much do they get done together? Read the question. 1 out of 1, because they finish it in 1 hour. Together, in 1 hour, they would get it all done. Once you've created the chart that's this simple, just for 1 unit of time, you can create an equation, because the fraction done by Marissa plus the fraction done by Roger should equal the fraction done together. Does that make sense? And so our equation just becomes 1/3 plus 1/x should equal 1/1. Well, this is a rational equation. If we get a common denominator, This one we would need to multiply by x and x. Here we'd need to multiply by 3 and 3. And there by 3x and 3x. Once you get your common denominator, you could multiply everything by 3x, and you would get x plus 3 equals 3x. Solve for x, combine your like terms. It would take Roger 1.5 hours to paint it on his own. He's a lot faster than Marissa. Okay, we're going to do another question. Just turn to example 5 from the homework. Let's just do another one together so you get an idea of how this method works. So if you, turn, this is on page 598. It takes a painter 3 hours to spray paint a fence. When two people paint the fence, one using the sprayer and one using the brush, they can paint the fence in 2 hours. How long would it take one person to paint the fence using only a brush? So we set up our chart for 1 unit of time. Time is 1 hour. Fraction by spray, fraction by brush, fraction together. So if it takes 3 hours to spray paint the fence, how much would they get done in 1 hour? 1 over 3. We don't know how long it takes to complete it by brush. 1 over x. Again, we're making x. Can actually, how long would it take using only brush? We're making that x. How much do they get done together in an hour? Are they finished in an hour? No, they're not finished in an hour. How long does it take them to do it together? When two people paint the fence, one using the sprayer and the other using a brush, they can paint the fence in 2 hours. So together they would get half done in an hour. So when they work in 1 hour, the 1/3 plus the 1 over x gets them half done. Does that make sense? And again, we get our common denominator. So we'll multiply this one by 2x and 2x, this one by 6 and 6, and this one by 3x and 3x. Get a common denominator of 6x, multiply both sides by 6x, and we're left with 2x plus 6 equals 3x. Combine your like terms. It would take 6 hours to paint the fence by brush. So for work questions, we create a table for 1 unit of time. find the fraction done by each person individually and the fraction done by them together, and then each fraction individually has to add up to the amount done together. So for this question, you can also try question 6 and 10.